The LPGA Tour proudly present the season-long race to the CME Globe. From Naples, Florida, it's live first-round coverage of the CME Group Tour Championship. Got to play your way in. Top 60 in the season-long race earn their way here. Just about 4 miles from the actual coast here in the southwest portion of Florida. Familiar spot, Tiburon Golf Club. We're taking a look at some of the highlights already today. Earlier, Allison Corpuz, the 27-year-old who's a major champ. This to get it to 3 under.
Fourth birdie in a row on a tear.
Great scoring conditions today with the weather, lack of wind, taking advantage here at the par 5.
The last week of the year said, hey, how low can we go? How high can we finish?
West Coast. So early on here on day 1, Allison Corpuz done for the day. Brilliant 66, up by 2. She's had a couple of top 10s this season. You think about the project.
Let's check in with Somi Lee on this 9th green, which can prove to be a little bit tricky, but nice second shot in there, and that gets Somi Lee to 4 under par. Winner this year for the first time on the LPGA Tour, so good season for her and a good start here at the season-ending event as we go back to that final pairing.
Another great season for Gino Thitikul, who won this last year and also comes in #1 overall in the race to the CME Globe at 2 under here. Morgan trying to get it to 3.
It's off to a good start. We've talked over the years about how challenging the start of this golf course is. Once you get through the 5th hole, it's really there for the taking. Golf course playing fairly easy today, 2 under par total for the field average, so you know you're going to have to come out and make some birdies. It's a great opportunity here on 6.
#1 player in the world, the Rolex.
Dissects the back of that green.
Miyu Yamashita, this at 6 to get it to 2 under, so that race for Rolex Player of the Year still on. She'd have to win it though. It's right there on the race to the CME Globe behind.
To the 9th, Aileen Kim wide right off the tee over in the Coquina path.
Really important to get solid contact here, Tom. How about that shot?
Whoa. That's going to be a tap-in birdie and 8.
14th, 4th shot from off the green, hit on you. Here at the par 5. No problem.
Let's talk about this part of her game as not really being up to par.
7th tee, and Gino Thitikul hasn't missed a fairway yet. The fairways are generous here.
Did you miss any in the Pro-Am?
Do you know what? I actually drove it really well.
Par 5 for Jennifer Kupcho, won the Aon Risk Reward Challenge this year. $1 million. You go for it, do you not? And it was last week with that play, a birdie and an.
She got off to a great start with a birdie at the first, but then backed that up with a couple of bogeys and hasn't really been able to get anything going after that.
Kind of a bit of what we saw last week, Karen. Just not able to hit it quite close enough and convert on the birdie opportunities.
Again. Been that kind of season for her, too. Had top 10s, gotten close. Just this at 12 to get it to 5 under. 27-year-old from South Korea, not quite.
Second at the 7th for the world #1, Gino Thitikul. Yeah, good second shot there. Will leave a chance to get her to 3 under par. 12.
Moment ago, Chisato EY right off the bank near the bunker here. This is her second.
Much easier shot staying on top of the bunker. They're able to elect a putter.
You heard the reaction. Oohs and ahs with that putt from off the green.
And at this time of year, but it's warm with very light winds today.
Yeah, looking at the forecast from the tournament, it is going to continue for the next 3 days. So it's going to be very, very comfortable heading into Thanksgiving week next week, which is a busy time down here in Naples. We're sort of getting into the height of the winter season down here. Restaurants are busy at 5 o'clock. Now you muster for the birdie.
Tom Abbott can always get a reservation.
It's an early crowd here. It's an early crowd.
Tom throwing shots at the Naples folk.
Earlier today, and still had a clear shot to the flags. I think Nelly's going to be okay. Thitikul now for birdie. Oh, just moved at the end there, didn't it? Didn't quite have enough pace on that line. I think players are kind of dialed into the pace of these greens, having been here for a few days, especially those who played last week, which Gino did not. The greens were very quick at Pelican. Trousers there, or the legs of the boiler suit. That's a good way to do it for Haydan's caddy. This to stay at 4 under.
You like that look, huh?
Yes, pretty good look. Oh no, that's going to be a 5. It's warmer than I feel like it has been in years past out here this week.
Approaching mid-80s.
Yeah.
Very square, almost a little left here, trying to move it to the right. She's just so...
She can kind of ride that momentum. That could be the start.
Yeah, that's what she needed right there. Good finish.
Crazy season from that perspective. Tremendous depth in the tour, but also just no real dominant superstars. But these two players were always in the mix. Very, very consistent. And Yamashita certainly with the breakout season as a rookie as well.
Louis Suggs Rolex Rookie of the Year honor sewn up.
Now Somi Lee.
A little awkward read from this side of the hole, Tom. It will be downhill though. Oh, no problem for Somi.
Yeah, nicely done there. Finished second in the Saudi Little.
From the shadows here at 18, pretty lengthy birdie try coming up.
Yes, it is. And where this hole is located, it's almost on the spine. It cuts the middle of this green in half. So she's going to be uphill right to left most of the way. And then it very well may start to shift or level out in the last 4 feet.
Morgan, that whole location, you mentioned it, we might see a lot of players over here on the right side. This is nowhere near the water, the whole location, yet if you're a little bit left, we saw Hannah Green pull it just a bit, hit the bank and go in the water.
Yeah, I think, Paige, this is the hardest hole location on this golf course, certainly to get it, or on this hole, excuse me, to get it close.
Not the putt, making it look easy. Brilliant finish.
Perfectly clean card there from Brooke. She loves this golf course. Has had some good finishes here in the past.
5 top 10s. Thitikul for birdie now at 8. Nobody's been better. Par 3s, par 4s throughout the year. The scoring average. Rounding in. So the 2 under par. And
this is Gino Thitikul.
Watching it carefully. There's a bunker up the right. Looks like she was well past it. Quite sure if that ended up in the...
Enough win. Lynn Grant at 16. This to turn things around. Winner last week does get it there. So
the back 9 will go to the 13th. Charlie Hull. Let's see if Charlie can bounce back with a birdie. Yeah, nicely done.
All right, well done there.
Season, take it to 9.
And Gino Thitikul with her second.
A monster drive, only 126 yards remaining. Great angle.
Go out to the 17th, a player who knows what it's like to win here on a couple of occasions. Lydia Ko. This for an eagle. Lydia, a bit of a slow start. She was 1 over on the front 9, but has had 3 birdies, make it 4 birdies now. So Lydia to 3 under.
Give her that one.
Yeah, I'd give her that.
Okay.
Yeah. Although, if I was playing Lydia in a match, I don't feel like I could give her anything because I need all the help I could get.
Yeah.
When the wind blows, this can be a really difficult hole, the 9th, but today not so much. Birdie putt here for Thitikul.
Yeah, she's been able to be aggressive into this hole with both drive and approach. Relatively flat putt, getting a little influence off that front bunker.
Yeah, it's gone a little ways by. Yeah, that's a good look there.
14, Jin Hee Im here at the par 5 to get it to 5.
Slow up the hill here.
Made sure to get it there. Packed the leaderboard there. A lot of people within.
It's a decent bunker shot to this point. This putt slopes away from her past the hole. So challenge is just having enough courage to get it to the hole because this first part should be uphill. Plenty of speed.
There have been 6 bogeys here today.
From Japan this year.
Now Gino for par.
It's a pull right off the bat.
That was really a great camera angle there to see that was nowhere near starting on her line.
Unforced error there from Gino Thitikul on the green, putting for birdie, walks away with bogey. Yeah. Nicely done. Had a few years where she was winless
on the tee at the 10th.
It's 270 yards, the bunker on the left. Pretty generous fairway, but just about position on this hole. Nicely done.
Just off the green, you let me know to get it under par. Yeah, good story of perseverance. You let me know, one in her 111th start on the tour.
10th. So it's 2 under par.
That club has really been a game changer for her this season, Terry.
Guess yourself.
No matter what type of shot you have, commitment is the absolute #1. Any little doubt creeps in. That's when bad things start to happen. Like a good committed stroke. There was no wishing in that stroke, just needed a little more pace.
Always an awkward one, isn't it? That left to right break.
5 yards. She can be somewhat aggressive towards this hole. It's a green light hole location.
I think that mentally needs to see something positive after kind of gifting one to the field on that last hole.
Yeah, after 2 good shots. That a very nice position.
Left it below the hole there as well.
Second.
Too thrilled with that. Got
Brilliant putting, part of her success this year.
consistency a huge part of her success. I don't see any holes in the game.
Like that. Well done. So 2 under.
Head over the next putt, and I think that's going to be the biggest challenge on this putt. It's not a tricky read. Again, it's just back a little up the hill. But really, I think it's more about resetting and allowing yourself to be confident over this kind of putt.
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit just a moment ago with commitment. So important. Just pick your line, commit to it. Have to really have a short memory out here. That last look at the hole.
Be a goldfish, Morgan. Be a goldfish.
It's good advice.
Works for Ted.
Playing in the 4th to last pairing, had a really good season this year. This is for a birdie at 13. So Se-Young Kim putting herself in the mix here once.
It's her 11th time here. Just a moment ago, Somi Lee, this at 14, the par 5 or 3rd.
Did I mention good ball striking?
Yeah, that would qualify.
Yeah, it certainly has been. Terry and Paige McKenzie out there with this pairing.
Yeah, it's been textbook up until this point on this hole. 2 great shots, just uphill birdie putt.
Making it look easy out there.
Those are some 2 back-to-back really important putts, Tom, after an
one more chance for Nelly Korda to get a win here in this season after having 7 last year. This is for birdie at the 14th, Karen.
Oh, this one was all downhill though, Terry.
Brilliant. So trying to turn things around here on the day. 16 to save par. Stay right there. 1 off the lead now. So 16 to par. Somi Lee, this to tie the lead. There you go. So you got 2 players at the top. Someone has caught Ellison Corpuz at 6 under par. Got a par 5 still an opportunity.
This is a 6-iron. Ideally, a baby fade coming into this hole location. Everything to the right of the hole slopes right. This on a good line, just moving the wrong direction.
just hold up there, but it is true, Terry, you can get really bogged down with stats and become up so obsessed with stats, but they don't always equate to trophies.
Player as well. Yamashita getting more done on the putting surface, not as powerful off the tee. This one more club than Gino.
Off balance on some of her last couple of shots there, getting a little bit towards her toes, trying to save a pull.
Number 1, Gino Thitikul. Gino, what do you remember about that big victory here last season?
$4 million checked. No, actually a really good holes to finish. I mean, like 17 and 18. That's what I remember forever.
Speaking of some of those holes, what did you learn with your win here on this golf course last year that you have to do well around Tiburon Golf Club to be successful?
You have to make a lots of birdies, to be honest, because like I feel like it just the club isn't that hard to wearable. Like all the players cannot, making birdies. So you need to make lots of birdies, and then obviously par 5 you need to take advantage.
Now, I want to follow up on that $4 million you just mentioned. You said afterwards you were going to go shopping. What did you buy?
A lot. A lot. Buy a car, I buy a bag. Girl stuff.
This sounds like a lot of fun. You're off to another solid start here through this first part of the round today. How would you assess your overall game through these first few holes?
It's good. I put myself in the position that I have birdie, have a chance to make a birdies, but make some, miss some, but this is good.
Sounds like golf. We appreciate the time.
So we get to 3 under par. You get so many players here that a couple of shots off the lead, 3 shots if she makes this off the lead, right there in the mix. Kind of like the season.
Yeah, everybody knew starting the day today that the greens are a bit softer than what they've seen in the past. The weather is warmer, and the golf course was going to play about as easy as the players have ever seen it. So you knew you were going to have to bring it today. Scoring average more than 2 under par at the moment. We've seen a lot of brilliant iron shots.
Green's a little quicker, 12 to 12 and a half on the stimp meter. There you go. Charlie, who won this back in 2016.
Yourself in position to make birdie. This is not an ideal position, given where this hole is located. It's kind of the low portion of this back part of the green, so good amount of movement from left to right, as well as has some speed downhill.
A little bit left there. Much water in these little ponds. Yamashita, this lengthy one to get up to 3 under.
A little deceptive, ball below her feet, but moving the other direction on the putt. And that's the tendency when the feet and the eyes don't match.
Sahataoka, this for birdie at the 15th. Gets her to 4 under par. We know she's in good form. Good back
over that #1 spot in the Rolex rankings in August from Nelly Korda, who's second. This for par.
And a similar length to the one that she missed on the 9th hole. She's made 2 very nice putts since then of longer distance. But this is one that just makes you think a little bit. Needs to be committed.
It's that one on 9 to the right.
No problem.
Mentally important that was pretty much the next time.
around the green at Pelican. Thitikul on the tee at the 13th.
Another hole that's really just about position off of the tee.
Right. And tough to tell exactly where that finish page. Drive down the right. Did finish in the coquina.
But a good angle to this back left hole location.
Should be able to spin it from there. She does. And a good chance for a birdie to get to 5 under par. Somi Lee. This for the birdie, and another birdie on the back 9 for Somi Lee. 7 birdies on the day, and she has the lead on her own with a par 5. Here's Jin Hee Im, her partner at the Dow Championship, where they became Rolex first-time winners. Team event, they won in a playoff over Lexi Thompson and Megan. It's a good line. And how does that not drop? Just straightening out at the end.
I only counted 5 hole locations that were more than 5 paces off the edge of the green. So in this case, she does happen to find one of the very few uphill putts to this hole location.
Yeah, despite that, page, we've still got really good scoring. I mean, 7 under par is either way, could be 8 or even 9 under come the end of the day. Yeah, so
at 16, quite a bit left for par.
Absolutely, just got really heavy-handed with the chip of an upslope.
Doesn't matter though. Automatic.
They've actually had to stop watering quite to the same level to get it a little bit firmer as the week progresses, but there has not been hardly any rain. You mentioned earlier the lakes being low. South Florida, I live on the other side of the state, but the same. We've had very
for birdie at 14. Yeah, rounded in. You know, the mindset different than reality, but this week just based on the season with 29 different winners, if you're in the field here, you really come in believing, why not me?
I think everybody has that feeling coming into this week. You have a tee time on Thursday, and you have a chance to win $4 million come Sunday afternoon.
Just out of EY, a rookie along with her identical twin sister, Akie, this year, having a very good year, winning.
5 under par.
Par 5 14th, Thitikul.
Another ideal position into 75 yards to this whole location.
It'll do. Chance to pick one up there. 16, Se-Young Kim, this for birdie. Get even closer, within one.
Coming off of a real heater after winning in Asia. Loves this golf course. Certainly is putting very well.
Se-Young is just
remarkable, and she's, I mean, the putter is hot as well right now. You know, that putt at the previous hole to save par was quite something else. And, no, this golf course has yielded some low numbers, but I'm not sure I saw one quite as low as what Somi's got going on right now.
incredible stuff. Really, really impressive on this opening day from Somi Lee. And she is most 65, so really good performance from Somi Lee. This is 14.
Moment ago, Miyu Yamashita, this for bogey. Hit her second shot way left, had to take an unplayable. And then does that.
How about that, Terry? I said earlier, it's a bit of an awkward layup there on.
Yeah. How about Gino now, Paige, for birdie?
It's been textbook up until this point, and a really straightforward birdie putt she has remaining. A little downhill back towards this hole.
Had it going. 3 of her last 4. Missed opportunity here on the par 5.
Yeah, that looked like a really good stroke, though. Have to just in your mind say, hey, I hit the putt that I was looking for. It just broke right across the hole at the very end.
Now Nelly to get it to 2 under. Oh my goodness, Nelly. Wow. Putter just not working for her.
Drop back to the tee at 15.
Yeah, they added a little bit of length to this hole last year using this back tee, and then only used it a couple of times during the week, but at its full length today with Gino on the tee.
That puts it at 275 to that left bunker off the tee. And a soft landing.
There's a little bit of breeze out there into the players' faces earlier. For Miyu, she's one of the shortest players on the LPGA Tour, but yet she's got a chance to win the Rolex Player of the Year.
It really is remarkable, especially the dichotomy between these two players today. On the 9th hole, there was 60 yards between their 2 drives. Not as much difference today.
Great approach here at 18. Nasa Hataoka, this to finish with a birdie.
To add to that total, only 4 birdies so far today on this closing hole.
Good opening round, though. 5 under par.
Gino Thitikul second to the 15th.
Off a little bit of a downhill lie. This is 6-iron.
kind of where she was set up there with her body. It looked like she was trying to hold it off.
Game for Yamashita.
Very nice touch there off a grainy lie. Needed to be precise.
Around the neighborhood here, some big homes overlooking this green. And here is Gina for the birdie.
And a good test of pace here. Uphill to start and then downhill towards the hole.
Try. All right, coming back the other way. Gina with more work to do than she was expecting for a 4.
There shouldn't be a lot of surprise in this putt, however. She would have watched it pass by the hole and paid attention if there was any movement to be cognizant of. Really, it's about execution at this distance. A lot of players get stuck maybe watching the putter head move back. Good to keep an eye on a fixed point and then allow your arms to swing.
Just like that.
Korda for birdie on the way at 18.
I think she's going to have another day of frustration.
Just a bit of a nervy 3-putt there to finish. Not an easy first putt, but it is. I mean, you start thinking about what's possibly at stake.
Lowest round on tour, 64 to be up by 2. Long way to go here, though. Keep it here for Nelly.
Oh, there really is, and you know, when you look at Nelly's round, this is more sort of indicative of how she played last year. Get off to a little slower start and then come roaring back. So expect her to go after this golf course tomorrow.
She's played well this year, just hasn't broken through and won after the incredible season.
A little bit open with her stance.
It didn't sound clean.
See, she never was able to hold that one, hold the face open through the shot. It was exactly where she was lined up.
Didn't look committed on that.
About it earlier, commitment is the absolute name of the game. You'd rather commit to the
This on a conservative line out to the right.
seeing her opponent miss it left. Not surprised to see that one a little bit right up the flagstick.
Second at 16.
Uphill pitch will stop short if she's able to get some height on it. Came out a little low.
She really actually opened the fade
With this lengthy putt, it will slope away quite a bit. About 2 feet past the hole can get away from her. Pace because you want to take the break out, but again, the danger beyond the hole is that it'll roll out to a longer distance than what she has. So it's going to be about being committed to an inside the hole line and hitting on that line.
One of the things that she's been working on with her putting with her coach is standing over the ball a little bit shorter time, being a little bit more reactive.
Obviously loves this golf course too. Not only the win last year, but also the last.
As you can see, she just likes to dive it in, you know, has that kind of dying pace. You can be a little bit more forceful with this.
Set up with this well outside the hole.
Yeah. Knew what she was doing. Well done. Leader Somi Lee at 8 under, standing by with Amy.
A good drive will put her in position to hit this green in 2. right of where she was looking. This is going to have a little bit of tree trouble.
Yeah, it cuts in, doesn't it? There's a bit of room over there, but if you're in that little pocket, you can be blocked out by the tree. So we'll see where that's finished up.
Last year, said that it took a lot of pressure off the rest of her game because she could really rely on her putting.
That's a good number to aim for because short gets a little dicey. So if she can cover that front number, it opens up the landing area. Didn't cover, but that's a good position from there.
We saw Gino lose her tee shot right. Where did that end up? There it is.
Yeah, she has an okay clear shot. Ideal position here, ideal shot shape would be a little bit from left to right. She's on a draw lie and has to move it the opposite direction. And she does just that, if it's got enough.
No. Finds the sand. Hopefully it's not too close to the face. Oh, it is. It's plugged right under the lip. That is going to be so difficult.
She's going to have to play sideways or potentially take an unplayable from there, Tom. Like she knows it. Oh.
Yeah, she's just seen that it's going to be plugged in there. Well, Se-Young Kim has finished with a round of 60.
High enough to get out of the bunker. Now she's looking sideways, which is still going to be challenging because the slope that the ball is on. There's a good chance that that club face will want to turn over, and getting it out sideways is still going to be a challenge.
You gonna get first? You gonna get first?
No, you can go.
Okay.
I'm gonna go that way.
We'll wait for you. You go first.
The interesting thing here, Paige, is you don't want to go too far if she does go out sideways, because the further she hits it down the fairway, the more challenging the next shot will be. You got to think right in this moment about how am I going to get up and down on the next shot?
Precisely, ball well above her feet. Some good, smart play.
Very, very smart play. That's about as good as she could do right there.
That looked like a really good touch, didn't it? Control the ball, and just getting it out in the perfect spot that, as you were talking about, she knew she could get the ball up and down from.
I mean, plugged right up under the lip. Tough to control. Exactly how it's going to come out of there. Barely clears the bunker, but perfect now.
Shots, but Miyu will be playing her third.
Ball back in her stance. Just trying to get solid contact. And I think that skipped maybe a little bit more than she expected, but not bad.
Yeah, interesting that landing that in the fringe and it's still released past the hole. You'd think it would stop up a bit quicker. It's really the money maker for her around the greens.
She will play it low short of the green. I think she's going to have to go higher, carry it all the way to the green. It's a little more severe in front of her.
Yeah.
Just got unlucky there, but really took her medicine well and, you know, escaped with the par. You could end up with disaster from that spot. Poor tee shot, unlucky with the second, but
that was a player who just didn't look flustered by what was happening. I mean, she knew the shot that she needed to play, executed it, gets the ball up and down, walks away with a 5, didn't try and do something that was going to run up a big number.
I don't think she ever really looks flustered.
And on the greens. Seen a few players fooled around the hole today, though, on this one page.
Yeah, where she's standing, ball is above her feet, so it will want to move from right to left. But kind of where the hole is, it starts to level out a little bit.
Good birdie. It just, you know, it's a hole that players...
It takes such pressure off the rest of your game to have that confidence on the greens, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's what Minjee was talking about, you know, with her putting improving. It just takes the pressure off other parts of the game, you know, feeling like you have to force it in there. And Gino's game pretty on song in all parts. And it's just a 5 though at the par 5.
Thitikul. Here's Miyu.
And big wide fairway on this finishing hole. And this splitting it right down the middle.
Oh, gets a really soft bounce, lands into the green patch. It's going to make the next shot really long.
That's going to be tough to stop on that green with that hole location. Yep.
Well, and typically this hole will play downwind, and occasionally they move the tee up, but it is playing its full length today, not a breath of wind right now, and it is, again, a little softer than years past.
Look at the difference here. Didn't get a whole lot of roll, though. 5.
That right side of the green. 177 to cover front. Certainly an ability to have a different approach towards this whole location. She can choose to be a little more aggressive if she wants, but I still believe 15 feet right of this hole is likely the target.
Settle in. That's really well done. Great look at a birdie to finish up. Very happy when she left this green the last time she played it. And big prize money after a 65 in the final run. She really had a slow start last year. She shot 71 in the opening round, but 63, 65 in the weekend. And the last 3 years, I mentioned this number, 50 under par. Got another moment, and we send it down to Amy with Minji Lee. The one for Yamashita.
And she does such a nice job of really kind of swinging the pendulum with her shoulders and, you know, upper body. It's so still throughout, and all the motion comes from that.
She's got a fairly quick pace to her tempo with her putting, but it's very repeatable.
How good was that putt? Really well judged. Don't have to deal with the shadows right now. Everything part of the shadow on the green at 18. Okay. 70. I mentioned that.
And you both were talking about Gino's day, and it really did, you know, from ground level, being down here watching her play, it felt like an easy 5 under, and now we're standing over a potential to get to 6 under. It felt like a relatively low stress event. She also even 3-putted the 9th green, so left at least one out there. This is a good opportunity moving right to left.
Enough. Nope. Yeah, I would think walking away from this opening round, she's got to feel like, okay, I can do better than that, and I'm at 5 under. I'm just 3 off the lead.
She made that 5 under look like about even par, didn't she, Terry?
So the #1 player in the Rolex rankings, #1 in the overall race to the CME Globe. Record-setting season last year money-wise after the win here to finish up. Some of the highlights from the day today, getting things started at the 3rd.
Toughest holes on the golf course, the toughest hole today.
And she got through the first couple of holes, especially that first one, with pars. Back-to-back birdies she would have in that stretch, and then this at 8. So solid. And that miss at the 9th, which was very makeable, surprising miss, and right back here at 10.
She's just able to mentally put that out of her mind, refocus, know that she's got all the game to make plenty of birdies around this golf course.
Get to 4 under. And then the second at 13. Remember, she didn't hit the fairway here. This is from 87 yards.
The only fairway that she missed all day, but didn't hurt the score.
No. So even though it was a round that included, as I mentioned, 5 5s on the card, she finishes up there. at 5 under par. They've signed their cards here in the opening round. 3 more days to go. Long way to go here on a golf course that a couple of years ago offered up 27 under par. Amy Yang, the winner